Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, a runoff for 2 at-large city commission seats in Sarasota is down to 3 candidates, one of whom has sparked some debate before early voting kicks off tomorrow. ABC 7's Erica Jackson spoke to organizers of opposing rallies, all surrounding remarks made by candidate Jennifer Ahern Koch.
In just a few hours, hundreds are expected to protest in this area. It's all over the idea of making Sarasota a safe haven for undocumented immigrants. This comment from Jen Ahern Koch in March is sparking some debate.
If we are going to be a city and a community that encompasses all people of the city, all of our diversity, then yes, we definitely need to consider the option of being a sanctuary city where we can protect our citizens.
All playing out ahead of May's runoff election between Koch, Martin Hyde, and Hagen Brody.
To have a candidate running for city commission for Sarasota state that essentially they don't believe in the rule of law, and that is a dangerous and frankly outrageous position to take.
Tommy Gregory with the Sarasota Republican Club is opposed to the idea of making Sarasota a sanctuary city. He says it would be a big risk for the Suncoast.
It's an unknown as to what those criminal aliens may do. God forbid they commit some crime and create more victims in the city of Sarasota.
The Republican Party of Sarasota plans to host a rally Monday morning in opposition to the idea. But political organization Answer Suncoast believes residents misunderstand the concept of a sanctuary city since the inauguration of President Donald Trump and is hosting a counter rally to help educate.
Sanctuary city might enact all of his policies, but agree that maybe one of his policies might not be of actual fit for their city or their community.
Community activist Greg Cruz is calling Monday's rally emergency action and believes protecting these immigrants should be considered in Sarasota.
It's just something that should be looked into further. It should be studied. We should see how enacting these policies and these discriminatory practices, how they would affect our city.
But Tommy Gregory argues the idea shouldn't even be considered since protecting undocumented immigrants is illegal throughout the country.
It is the responsibility of the city of Sarasota, as it would be for any citizen, to comply with these federal laws.
Both rallies will take place here at the Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections office Monday morning, and both are expected to be in full swing by 8 a.m. Reporting in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Erica. And just days ago, the Florida House passed a contentious bill that punishes local officials in so-called sanctuary cities if they do not comply with federal immigration authorities. House members voted 76 to 41 in favor of legislation that intends to, quote, close an unnecessary gap in enforcement of federal immigration law at the state level. The measure would have a strict ban on sanctuary city policies and would penalize local officials who had a role in upholding such policies. Opposition to this bill argued that it's unconstitutional and would open the state to litigation. The bill now heads to the Senate for their consideration. Top Capitol Hill negotiators have reached an agreement on a huge $1 trillion plus spending bill that would fund the day-to-day operations of virtually every federal agency through September. Aides to lawmakers involved in these talks announced the agreement just a short while ago. That spending bill would be the first major piece of bipartisan legislation to advance during the Donald Trump presidency. It denies Trump's money for his promised wall along the U.S. and Mexico border, but it does give him $15 billion, a $15 billion down payment on his request to strengthen the military, and it does add $1.5 billion for border security. The measure also rejects White House proposals to cut popular programs such as funding medical research and community development grants. SpaceX has delayed its launch of a secretive satellite for the U.S. intelligence community due to a sensor issue. The liftoff, which was scheduled for this morning, is now slated for 7 a.m. Monday morning tomorrow from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral. The customer for the launch is the National Reconnaissance Office, a government agency that says it surveys potential threats to the U.S. by tracking terrorists and monitoring the development of nuclear weapons in other countries. Monday's launch will be the first for SpaceX since its historic SES-10 mission last month. and we'll see if they have some clear skies. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that weather. Wendy?
Well, we do have a cold front that's getting ready to come into the state of Florida, and you can see it's already impacting the panhandle right now. We're getting some showers and thunderstorms here, and this frontal system, as it continues to move into the state of Florida, is going to be weakening, and most of the energy that we're seeing along this front is moving off towards the northeast. So we're not expected to see heavy rains here. We are looking at some showers that did come up and pop up throughout the evening hours, and it helped to cool our temperatures down just a little bit, but not very much. Even at this hour, we're looking at temperature readings mostly in the 70s and 80s. At the airport, it's 80 degrees and it's 11 o'clock. So we are looking at our humidity at 64%, those winds out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour. We'll let you know what we can expect tomorrow when this cold front comes in, what it's going to do to our forecast over the next couple of days. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. The brute force of nature hitting hard across the Midwest and South. At least 14 people are now dead across 4 states as tornadoes hit Texas and floodwaters swamped Arkansas. Dozens more are injured, and tonight the threat is not over. ABC's Richard Cantu has our report.
From howling wind to raging water, parts of 5 states under siege from the elements. In Texas,
there is a tornado crossing the road right in front of us.
This giant tornado roaring into the town of Canton, tearing homes apart, crumpling this metal electric tower. Tragedy was averted on prom night by this quick-thinking DJ.
I ran in, I said, we got to get cover. It's going to be a direct hit.
20 people took shelter in 2 bathrooms and a storage closet and rode out the storm without a scratch. The wide swath of devastation, grim evidence of what they escaped. This auto dealership and its entire inventory of new cars, now a junkyard. This couple, helpless as they recorded the tornado that destroyed their new home.
Brutal and relentless. Just glad to be alive.
Residents banding together to help one another pull through.
Gets a little emotional, but we're lucky. We're lucky, but I don't know if we'll ever get it cleaned up. Well, we got to, though.
In Arkansas, the desperate search for an 18-month-old girl and a 4-year-old boy trapped inside a truck that was swept away by floodwater.
Right now, we're probably looking at a recovery effort. I hate to look at it that way, but we're hoping for the best.
For some, water was their only escape route from the flooding. This pregnant woman and her husband taken to safety by boat. This man swam for his life from his sinking truck. These creeks and rivers will continue to rise as all that water makes its way downstream. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
And back here at home, firefighters and neighbors helped make a daring rescue during a house fire down in Venice. Sarasota County Fire responded to the 2-alarm fire at Sunset Beach Drive around 11:47 this afternoon. No residents were inside the home during the blaze, but one neighbor noticed that 3 dogs were trapped inside.
I came out the front door, and as soon as I looked across, I saw the corner of the house, flames about 6 feet over the roof. And I was sure they weren't home, but I ran across the street. Other neighbors came out of the house. A lot of people came over. I threw a barbell through his back patio door. He had 2 dogs back there. We got the dogs out. Unfortunately, one dog was still in there that we didn't know.
Now, firefighters were able to get that last dog out of the house, and no injuries were reported. That fire was also put out before noon. The state fire marshal is currently investigating the incident, and Sarasota Sheriff's Office units were also seen at the property. However, they are not releasing any details at this time. Witnesses say they did see one person taken away from that property in handcuffs. And here in Florida, we are approaching mating season for our alligator population. A new report by the Naples Daily News shows state-hired alligator trappers removed the reptiles in more than 6,000 locations across Florida in 2016. A total of 8,050 alligators were captured during the same year. Known for becoming more aggressive and wandering during mating season, the gators are removed when classified as a nuisance, which means they are larger than 4 feet and pose a threat to people, pets, or property. Between 2001 and 2015, gator removals averaged around 7,726 relocations per year. Attention Charlotte County drivers. This week, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says it will be paying special attention to drivers who are going through traffic lights and speeding. From May 1st through the 5th, deputies will be patrolling for speeders at the intersection of Veterans Boulevard and Harbor Boulevard, as well as the intersections of Toledo Blade and Tamiami Trail. Deputies will also be on the lookout for drivers going through red lights at the intersection of Midway Boulevard and Tamiami Trail and the intersection of Midway Burnt Store Road and, again, Tamiami Trail. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, an attack on Hollywood. Hackers continue threats on several major production companies after illegally releasing never-before-aired episodes online. And new developments in the manhunt following a fatal shooting spree in Los Angeles.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful.
Stephanie's my favorite. I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you, weeknights at 5.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
A follow-up now in Southern California, where after an intense manhunt for suspects wanted in a shooting spree, police are questioning a man and a woman matching the suspect's description. On Saturday afternoon, authorities claim a man and woman carjacked a green SUV in Los Angeles, and just 2 hours later, the pair sped off. Police received distress calls of a man and woman shooting pedestrians from their car, allegedly opening fire at 4 different locations. 4 gunshot victims were rushed to the hospital, and one of them was pronounced dead.
The victims were randomly picked, and these attacks were unprovoked.
The abandoned SUV was found with no trace of the suspects. The 3 victims who survived are all recovering. The police do not have a specific motive, but says it does not appear to be gang-related. President Trump's 100th day in office may have been yesterday, but many locals took to the street to celebrate that milestone earlier today. Dozens gathering to wave signs and march across the Ringling Bridge, wearing Trump t-shirts and hats and waving the American flag. Demonstrators say they were not just showing the president's, not just showing support for the president, but also for their fellow Americans.
I want to support America. I'm very, very proud of him. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. And I want the Democrats to understand that just because they're panicking because they're not getting their way, it is what it is. And America is on the right track now with Donald Trump.
Supporters at today's march say they are excited to see what the next 100 days will bring. Meanwhile, controversial national security aide Sebastian Gorka could be leaving his job in D.C. One senior administration official said Gorka is expected to find an opportunity outside the White House soon. Another says it's possible he would take another job in the administration, but added it is more likely that he will in fact leave altogether. The reason? Well, that official says Gorka was generating too much controversy for the White House. An update now on a serious threat on cybersecurity that we reported last night in regard to the hit Netflix series Orange is the New Black. The hacking group, quote, the Dark Overlord, reportedly stealing Orange's 10 new episodes from a post-production company and then leaking them after Netflix refused to pay a ransom. In a press release today, that group gloating that, quote, it didn't have to be this way, Netflix. You're going to lose a lot more money in all of this than what our modest offer was.
Good all the time. The hackers need to be lucky once. Anything that you have stored electronically that has a path to the internet has risk.
Now, those hackers claim to have stolen content from Fox, IFC, National Geographic, and ABC, making even more ransom demands. They say our offers are still on the table for now, and attacks like this one are up 50% since last year alone. In a statement, Netflix would only say that they are aware of the situation, and the FBI is involved in that investigation. It is the new age robbery, Wendy.
That's right.
Online.
That's right. You got to get a better password.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, that's just scary stuff. You know what else is scary?
High temperatures. They are.
Man,
They're
when
toasty.
you're not expecting them, when they are not supposed to happen. 95 today. That was our daytime high. 95. Another record set. You can see back in 1970, we had a record of 93 degrees on this date. And so here we are, another day in a row with those record high temperatures. So 95, our daytime high. We're supposed to see a temperature of 83. That's normal for this time of the year. So we have temperatures around the state right now that are mostly in the 70s, but still some 80s. In Tampa, it's 80 degrees. In our area, we're looking at temperatures in the 80s as well. 81 in Bradenton, 80 degrees in Sarasota. Venice reporting 81. And then you get a little bit farther inland and temperatures are just slightly cooler, just as they are at the water, with readings in the upper 70s right now. So at the airport, it's 80 degrees. We have partly cloudy skies. We have high dew point, 67 degrees, 64 humidity, and winds are coming in out of the southeast, and they have finally died down. We had a rip current situation that was concerning today because of the high risk, and it was all taking place right through tonight and now has come to an end, this rip current risk. But it was taking place over Manatee, Sarasota, and Charlotte counties. And we were telling people not to go swimming if you didn't have to, because the rip current was very strong for today with the high winds that have been coming on through. Those are now subsiding, but we do have this cold front, and it's getting ready to move on into the state of Florida. For us, it's going to be weakening as it does come through our state, and so it's probably going to stall out right here across central Florida. And when that happens, what we are going to see is it's going to move back up as a warm front, and then we have another cold front coming on in, and that's going to be with us on Thursday and Friday, giving us a better chance for rain. In the meantime, we've seen a little bit of cloud cover. We had a little bit of rain. I know I turned on the windshield wiper once or twice, but that was about it. And we did have just a few light showers that came about as a result of the sea breeze. But you can see where this cold front is. It's already beginning to affect the panhandle of Florida right now, but most of the energy of that front is moving along and towards the northeast, so it's not going to be so much of a problem for our region. We are looking at fair to partly cloudy skies right now. Over the next 24-hour period, we're going to see this front moving on into the state and pretty much parking itself over central Florida and then moving right back up towards the north as a warm front before the next cold front comes in and gives us a better chance for rain. So Monday night and into Thursday, we've got about a 30% chance of rain. This is what it looks like over the next several days. Our best chances are going to be Thursday and Friday as the next cold front comes in and brings us back to normal for next weekend. Adam, we'll be normal now.
Thanks, Wendy. Don't go away. Sports is coming up next.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
We're getting ready to run for the roses. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, pour the mint juleps and get out your favorite hat. It's Kentucky Derby week. We'll get some insider info. We'll ask Dr. Jenny about live blood analysis and why it's the best way to understand your body. Plus, keeping your family safe in public pools with the Life Ring. And Table Creekside has cocktails in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A healthier soda is on the way. We'll have all the details in HealthSmart.
Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Now, sports.
The Rays and Blue Jays play 7 scoreless innings today in Toronto. Rays starter Chris Archer absolutely masterful on the mound. 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, no runs for Archer today. Good work by him. He would be relieved by Alex Colomé with a runner on second in the 8th inning, and Colomé unable to hold it together. Gives up that double to Jose Bautista. That breaks the drought and puts the Jays on the board and ties the game at 1. And a few batters later, it's Russell Martin poking one to right field, and the go-ahead run would score. The Blue Jays winning back-to-back games for the first time this season. 6 Toronto pitchers combined to hold the Rays to just 1 run, and their next stop is in Miami for interleague play against the Marlins. Well, Isaiah Thomas will be visiting the dentist after losing his front tooth on this steal attempt earlier today. Take another look. Thomas catching an elbow from Otto Porter Jr., and that tooth just comes flying out after the play. Thomas picks up his tooth from the court, and he would play the rest of the game. A bit more aerodynamic, maybe. Didn't affect his game much. Thomas still had 33 points in the Celtics series opening win against the Wizards, 123-111. Just one day after the NFL draft, one team is firing its general manager. Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula telling media Sunday that he and his wife have decided to part ways with Doug Whaley. This will be Pegula's first GM search since purchasing the team in 2014.
The power structure I envision when we hire our new GM is someone who will work in the organization with us as owners, with the head coach, and make a team that makes us better.
Pegula says they have also relieved all of their personnel in their pro and amateur scouting departments. More to come here on ABC7. Stay with us.
Download ABC7's official Suncoast weather app onto all your devices so you can stay informed wherever you go. With our full-featured weather app, you get weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. The ABC7 official Suncoast weather app, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download yours today. Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
I'm Alan Cohn. Halting the flow of opioids onto the Suncoast. Are deadly fentanyl and carfentanil coming through the mail? We'll investigate.
Monday on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
2 years ago, my son was born. Now he's running, playing, and learning to speak. When I look at him, I can't help but to see how free he is. I want my son to have the same freedom when he grows up. Protect our freedom of speech, not just for us, but for the future generations.
When I turned 18, something big happened on my birthday. Every comfort that I knew, gone. This is what it feels like to age out of the foster care system in America. And this is the feeling that nearly 30,000 young people experience every year. But it can be better. You and me, working together for success beyond 18. Improve the lives of young people aging out of foster care. Learn more at jimcaseyouth.org.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Kelly Ripa is expected to announce her new co-host on Monday. She said on Twitter that the announcement will be made on her show live. Ripa has been looking for a co-host since Michael Strahan left for Good Morning America last May. He made the switch after spending 4 years on the show. Since then, she has had a string of fill-in celebrity co-hosts, including CNN's Anderson Cooper, Jimmy Kimmel, and Cedric the Entertainer. Actor Jerry O'Connell and former Wonder Years star Fred Savage have been floated as possible contenders for that job. And call this the awe moment of the day. Right up Wendy Ross's alley, right here. Adorable little puppies.
Yes, they are.
And they got a birthday cake that they could actually eat and touch and step on and everything. It is all happening in Edmonton, Canada, Saturday. The city's Humane Society celebrating its 110th birthday, but this dog-friendly cake was the only perk for those pups. Or it wasn't the only perk. They were all also adopted into new homes.
Oh, wonderful.
There you go. And first order of business, bath, maybe?
Oh,
Once they get to that new home.
that's so great. That is so great. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine all those puppy smells in your house? That's a pretty good
It's the best.
thing.
You
That's
kidding
a
me?
good thing.
It's amazing. And we'll see you all tomorrow morning.